for health and joy. I'm very happy you're here today. My name's Patricia Becker, for those of you who may be new to me. Please take a comfortable seat. If you have a block, a yoga block, put it underneath your sit bones. And you can have your knees straight forward, or you can cross your legs in front. So today's class, we're going to focus on our shoulders and our neck, give some nice lengthening and movement and circulation there to release stress and tension and just make it feel good all over. So sit nice and tall, draw your shoulders back, lift up through your heart. Now please close your eyes and bring your loving awareness to the flow of your breath. Breathe slowly and deeply. Settle in to being present. Now, while you're slowing down here, connecting to your breath and your body, I'd like you to bring your awareness to things that you appreciate. People that you appreciate, circumstances, aspects of your life that you're grateful for. Breathing into those things that you appreciate. And let your heart, your mind, and every cell in your body fill up with appreciation. And take a few more longer, deeper breaths. And slowly open your eyes and open your arms. Place your palms up, spread out through your fingers, and take your shoulders way back. And we have our palms open and adjust your receiving, being open and receptive to even more things to appreciate in our lives. The list of things that can come in keeps growing and growing. And from your sit bones down on your block or your mat, use your next inhale to lengthen through your spine, up through your arms, and reach your arms way up to the sky. Spread your fingers, and then reach a little one side, and then a little to the other. And then stretch up evenly. Exhale your arms down. Clasp your hands behind your back, curl your shoulders back, lift your heart up. This is just a very easy, practical, nice shoulder stretch you can do any time of the day. You can even take your arms back behind you. You can do the standing up. Such a good one. This opens up these pectoral muscles that get closed and rounded from our daily lives of focusing on what we're doing ahead of us. Draw your shoulders back, lift your heart up. Exhale, release your hands. And then inhale, open again. Stretch way out like you're reaching for something in both directions. And take your shoulders and your arms back a little further. And then on your next inhale, reach up again. This time, hook your thumbs together and use your inhale to stretch up through each vertebrae. Lengthening, breathing. And then exhale, your arms down along your side and clasp your hands your non-dominant way behind your back and draw your shoulders back. Lift your sternum up and breathe here. This just feels so good to curl your shoulders back. You ever catch yourself during your day say, oh my gosh, I'm so rounded over? I do. So this is really good. Yoga helps us be aware of our bodies when we're on our mats and when we're off our mats. Exhale, release. Okay, set your block aside and come to all fours, hands and knees. Take your knees back a little bit behind your hips. Spread your fingers really wide. Tuck your toes. And then start rounding your back. Rounding, tuck your chin all the way in. And now from your lower back, start arching it. Vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up, and your head is last to come up. Now start rounding your lower back as you exhale. Rounding, rounding, then your upper back. And now tuck your chin in again. And then arch. Inhale nice and slow as you arch. And now turn your gaze up. Exhale, round your lower back. Take your navel to your spine as you round your middle back. And round your upper back, your thoracic, then tuck your chin in. One more time, start on your inhale, arching your lower back. Then your middle, upper, and turn your cervical spine and your head up. And come back through center. Take your left hand out in front of you and set your right shoulder down and the right side of your head down on the mat. Push your left hand down into the mat to draw it back. Draw your left shoulder up and back. And then optionally, you can slide your left foot back on your mat. Round your upper back. And breathe. Set your left knee down. Come up to all fours. And take your right hand out further. Set your left shoulder down and the left side of your head down. And then press your right hand down into your mat to draw your right shoulder higher to the sky. And optionally slide your right foot back on your mat. Round your back. And set your right knee down. Come up to all fours. We'll do it again. Left hand out a little further in front of you, in front where you normally have it. Set your right shoulder down, right side of your head down. Round your upper back. And you can come up even on your left fingertips to push your fingertips down to take your left shoulder back and up. Slide back on your left leg as you round your upper back. Should feel really, really good. And set your left knee down. Come up to all fours. And we'll go to the fourth and final side. Right hand out in front. Left shoulder sets down, left side of your head sets down. And then with your right hand or your right fingertips, press down to reach your right shoulder higher to the ceiling, round your upper back. And then with both sets of toes, both feet, toes are tucked, you can slide your right foot straight back if you'd like. Round your upper back. You can even firm your belly for yoga bonus points. Did you know I gave out bonus points? And set your right knee down. Come up to all fours. Everyone can get bonus points. Everyone can get bonus points by taking the advanced variation of the pose, smiling. Okay, knees up, hips up, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And go ahead, stretch it out. Get your hips up and back. We're focusing on our shoulders today, so lift your shoulders up a little bit. And the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, melt them behind your heart, and then slide your heart up your back towards your hips. Keep your ears in between your upper arms for best alignment. Take a few more breaths here. Lift your shoulders up and then re-engage your upper back behind your heart. The bottom tips your shoulder blades there, and then slide that whole section right up your back. Inhale yourself to a plank pose. Now this pose, a lot of people will end up with their shoulders scrunched up around their ears. So here in your plank pose, you have your head in line with your spine. Shrug your shoulders back away from your ears. Firm your belly. You can always rest your knees down. Same principle. Shrug your shoulders away from your ears. Firm your belly. And now, hips up, downward facing dog. Bring your awareness to your shoulders. Lift your shoulders up. Press your arms down. Have your ears in between your upper arms and then slide your thoracic spine up towards your hips. Take 2 nice deep breaths here. Set your knees down on your mat. Take your knees apart. Touch your toes together, your big toes, and then press your hips back. We'll take Balasana. You can rest your forehead down on your mat. We're going to take a few deep breaths here. What I'd like you to do is melt your heart towards your mat. Feel your shoulders where they are in space. And then feel where your upper back is, your thoracic spine. On your exhale, see if you can just melt your thoracic spine down. Sort of a gesture of receptivity and ease. A lot of times when we're over-efforting in our lives, that's when we sort of round and get tense. So now just soften. Your exhale will help you soften. And now stretch your arms out. Come up to your knees. And come up to a down dog. Bend your knees. Look up part way and walk your feet halfway up your mat and walk your hands halfway back to your mat. And place your feet further apart than your hips. Let your head hang and take your arms up overhead. Clasp your hands overhead. Shrug your shoulders up to the sky and let your head sink to the earth. And here, you're welcome to bend your knees a little or a little more. So your legs are really strong and powerful, and that helps your torso and your head sink closer to the earth. On your inhale, release your spine and your head to the earth. On your exhale, shrug your shoulders up to the sky. Oh, this is such a wonderful, wonderful neck and shoulder stretch. I highly recommend you do this every day. Inhale, let your head sink, let your torso sink. Exhale, shrug your shoulders up to the sky. The weight of your head is giving you the perfect stretch for your neck. Shrug your shoulders higher. And now bring your hands to your hips. Draw your shoulder blades on your back. With stronger legs and a firm belly, inhale, stand all the way up. Hello. And bring your legs parallel with each other. And take your arms out. Again, like we did in the beginning, shoulders back. I'm open and receptive to more good in my life. Take your right arm in front of you, and then take your left hand to your upper right arm to round your upper back, round your shoulder. And then go the other way. Stretch your right arm out, left arm in front, and then place your hand on your upper arm just to give it a nice, deeper stretch here. And then open it up, both up. Exhale your hands down. Take your right hand straight up, reach up. Root through your legs, reach through the spine in your right hand. Now take your right hand, the palm of your hand to the back of your neck. And then slide your hand up here towards your elbow and give yourself a nice under your arm stretch. You can slide your hand down the back as much as feels comfortable. Stand up nice and tall. Oh, that feels so good, this side of your arm. And then release that. And reach long through your left arm and through your torso. And then bend your left arm and place your palm by your neck area and then slide your hand up here to your elbow and take it back just as much as feels juicy and good. Always find that balance between effort and ease. You don't want to over effort, just the right amount. And then slowly release that one. Now take your right arm out, take your thumb down, and bring the back of your hand to the back of your body. And then see if you can shimmy your hand up your back. Draw your right shoulder back. And then maybe, if you'd like, you can reach around, see if you can get some part of your right arm with your left hand. And maybe encourage your right hand to go up your spine a teeny bit more, if it feels appropriate. Your breath will inform you. So just take it nice and easy, listen to your body. And then release. Left hand out, thumb down. Back of the hand to the back of the body and shimmy it up. You can actually press your hand into the back of your body to help you get your left shoulder back. And breathe. And then optionally take your right hand and take it back there towards your elbow area and see if you can get a little more stretch. And release your arm. Okay, shake your arms out. Now you always want to bring your yoga props, your yoga toys to your mat, so to your practice. We're going to have an option for a yoga strap, or a tie would work, or a scarf would work. Maybe you need this, maybe you don't. So if you've got your strap, you can take your right arm out, right hand up. And now you take the same thing, your right hand behind your neck, palm facing your neck, left hand out, and then the back, your left hand shimmies up, and maybe you can reach your hands together, or maybe you hold onto the strap and you pull the strap. Draw both shoulders back. Firm your belly here. Stretch straight up to the top of your head. And if you cannot reach your hands together, you can still live happily ever after. Everybody's body's different. If you have a long torso or short arms, this can be a really tricky pose. And then slowly unclasp your hands or unclasp your strap. Yeah, good. And we'll do the other side. Yeah, the proportions of our body has a lot to do with how easy any given pose is. So take your left hand up with a strap or scarf, or not, and take your hand behind your neck, right arm out, thumb down, and then back your hands to the back of your body, draw both shoulders back, and then maybe you can reach. Just enjoy the stretch, even if you can't touch your hands together. And you'll notice one side's easier than the other, right? Because your dominant side is more muscular and a little less flexible. But thank goodness for yoga, we create greater flexibility in the strong parts of our body too. And slowly release. Shake it out. Oh, that's good, good, good. Okay. Take your right arm straight out in front of you. Take it straight up and then straight back and down. We're doing the backstroke. Reach long through your torso. Up and back. Yeah, get a nice side stretch. Reach, reach, reach. And please spread your fingers. So your hand gets some nice stretching too, especially if you work on a computer or have any repetitive motion that you use. Spreading your fingers will help activate it, bring circulation. And now tick-tock your arm and do the crawl stroke. Go way back, reach way high and way forward. Nice big shoulder stretch. Motion is the lotion. Bring circulation, flexibility, and mobility to the shoulder joints. The shoulders are the most mobile joints in our body. They can go so many different ways. Good. Now, same arm. Take your right hand to your right shoulder and then just move it like that. Forward, up, and back. Creating warmth there as well as circulation. Let those muscles know you appreciate them. And they can loosen, they can relax, and they can release. Now go the other way. We're still on the same arm, right arm. And then let that go. Now, as good yogis, we want to pause a moment. Notice the difference from one's shoulder to the other. Do you feel something? Good. Okay, so left arm way forward and reach high to the sky and then reach way back. You get a nice big stretch in your shoulder as well as the whole side of your body. Root through your legs. You have the option here, if you'd like, you can turn your gaze with your arm, or just leave your gaze forward. Yogi's choice. Yoga to the rescue. Oh, yeah. I feel so fortunate. I am so healthy. I just wake up and I go, my goodness gracious, everything's working. Everything feels great. Tick-tock your arm the other way. Back, up, and forward. The crawl, swim, stroke. Just one arm, though. And we always get what we think about. Metaphysical law. So we want to think about things that we appreciate, so we get more things to appreciate. Good. One more time. Now place your left hand on your left shoulder and then make circles forward. Lots of mobility and flexibility and agility in our shoulders. Resilience. And now go the other way. And let that shoulder come down and just pause a moment and feel, oh, that's nice. Ooh, that's nice. Give yourself a little rub there. Actually, take your arms straight out, wrap yourself up and hold on to shoulders with the opposite hand. And now give yourself a rub. Rub your shoulders a little here. This is part of a yoga pose, eagle pose. Stretch your arms way out again, and then wrap them up the other way and give your shoulders a little massage. Little hands-on, loving hands on your shoulders. And release your arms down. Okay, take a wider stance. If you want, you can sit down for these, but I figure we're sitting so much that we're going to stand and do these poses. So you can draw your shoulders back, firm your belly, and turn your toes in a little bit. If you're standing, squeeze your kneecaps, stand nice and tall, shoulders back, and then take your right ear towards your right shoulder. And use your exhale. The relaxing breath is the exhale to lengthen and breathe into the long side of your neck. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Come on up, and then take the left ear towards the left shoulder. Allow gravity to take your shoulders down and your head towards your earlobe. Send your exhale right to the long side of your neck. Give those muscles that are so strong from holding up your head, a moment to release and to relax. Let go of the holding. Inhale, come up. And now stretch your right arm up, lengthen through your spine, and place your right hand to the left side of your head. And again, right earlobe towards your right shoulder. Gently press your head into your hand and your hand back into your head. So it's a little more dynamic stretch second time around. Inhale, come on up. And release that arm. And then reach long through your left arm, long through your spine. And then place your hand to the side of your head. Left earlobe towards your left shoulder. Press your head in your hand back in your head. Let me see how you're doing there. Oh, that looks very good. Come on up and maybe sure. And bring your feet back together, parallel. Please draw your shoulders back, lift your heart up. This is a good posture. This is called mountain pose, standing firmly on your feet, drawing your shoulders back and lifting your heart up. If you can bring your awareness during your day to just standing like this, it's very helpful. You firm your belly, shoulders back, and lift straight up through the top of your head. Okay, while we're in mountain pose here, with your shoulders way back and your heart way lifted, tuck your chin in, tuck your head in. Now, if you're standing tall with your shoulders back, you should feel a nice stretch in your upper back as you tuck your chin in. And then slowly open your mouth and lift your head. And when you have your mouth open as wide as it will go and your head looking straight up as much as goes comfortably, bring your bottom jaw to your top jaw. And now tuck your head in again, tuck your chin in. Open and lift. And then close your mouth. And then tuck your chin back in, tuck it way in. Open and lift. And then close. And then come straight back through center. Oh, isn't that a nice front of your neck stretch? And now draw your shoulders back. And you can imagine either that you're like driving or you're just walking and someone calls your name. And turn, keep your torso forward and just turn and look out over your right shoulder. Turn your head as far as it will go till you feel that nice stretch. And then just release it about an inch or two. Then turn it back again as far as it will go. And release an inch or two. And turn it back again. You can turn your gaze with you. Inhale all the way through center. And keep your torso forward. Look out way over your left shoulder. Turn your head and turn your gaze. And then release that turn a little bit. And then turn again as much as you want. As much as best you can. And release. And one more time, turn as much as you can. And then come through center. Okay, take a wide stance on your mat. Turn your feet in a little bit, your toes in towards the center. Hands on your hips. Please bend your knees and stick your hips back. Exhale and fold. Let your head hang. Take your arms up overhead again. An inversion. So we'll stay here for a few breaths. Your legs are firm, your knees are bent a little bit. Inhale, let your head hang. And on your exhale, shrug your shoulders up to the sky. And repeat this with slow breaths. This is such a great, fantastic neck and shoulder stretch. It's also very refreshing to get the blood into the head with your head below your heart here. A few more breaths. Excellent. Place your hands on your hips. Draw your shoulder blades on your back. And with even stronger legs and a firm belly, inhale yourself all the way back up. And we'll give ourselves to reorient to gravity. Now turn your left foot out 90 degrees. Stretch your arms straight out. Actually, get your block and set your block on the outside of your calf. I'm so happy when you have your yoga toys with you. If you don't have a block, I'll give you a modification. So your back toes are turned in a little bit, your left foot's out at 90 degrees, and your block is right on the outside of your calf. We're going to do Trikonasana, triangle pose, with awareness on our shoulders. Stretch your arms out, palms down. And then hinge at your hips and stretch your right arm high to the sky. Press your left fingertips down on your block. High, medium, or low. Now, if you don't have a block, take your hand and press it into the outside of your calf. Yeah, and draw both shoulders back. Reach high to the sky with your right arm, and your left hand is either on your block or on pressing into the outside of your calf. Triangle pose. And now root through your legs, firm your belly, inhale yourself up with your block. Lower your arms. Spin on your left foot. Turn your left toes a little bit towards the other side of your mat. Right foot out at 90 degrees. Set your block down. Two straight legs. Squeeze your kneecaps, stretch your arms straight up. And back. Hinge at your hips and fingertips down on your block. Reach your left shoulder high. Draw your right shoulder back. And you're pressing your fingertips down into your block to reach higher, or pressing your right hand into your right leg. Press it against it to help you draw your shoulders back. And now root through your legs, firm your belly, and come on up with your block if you've got it. And we'll do it again. Spin on your right heel, turn your left foot out, set your block down. So you don't, when you're in triangle pose, you don't want to have the block by your foot or your ankle because you're not wanting to stretch. You want to have your arm come right down under your shoulder. So wherever your hand meets on your leg, if you don't have a block, is where it should be for your body. Okay? Two straight legs. Firm your legs, squeeze your kneecaps. Reach open to your chest. Hinge at your hips, reach your right arm high as you press your left fingertips down into your block or against your outside of your calf. You can keep your gaze straight forward unless it feels really good to look up. You can do that as well. Breathe here. See if you can draw your shoulders back and get more opening. And now squeeze your kneecaps, press through your legs, inhale yourself up, and lower your arms. One more time to the other side. Turn your left toes a little bit towards the front of your mat and set your block down. Push your legs down into your mat And lift up through your torso. Hinge at your hips. Reach your left arm high. Draw both shoulders back. Make sure your head's not like this. Bring your head right in line with your spine. It's a heavy head. Sometimes it just wants to sink, but not now. Not now. It could sink before in the other pose. Now you got to get it right in line with your spine. Good. Press through your legs, pick up your block, and come on. Lift up and spin that foot in. You can set your block down. Hands in front of your heart. Either jump your feet together or walk them together. And lower your arms down. Okay. Come on up to the top of your mat. Inhale, stretch high. Hinge at your hips and fold. Fingertips down on the outside of your toes. Step your left foot back, left knee down. Right foot back, right knee down. Okay, now come to your forearms, please. Clasp your hands and bring your shoulders right up over your elbows. Press your forearms down, even the heels of your hands down. Now see if you can melt your heart here. Your shoulders are right up over your elbows. Melt your heart towards the earth. Yeah, snuggle the bottom tips of your shoulder blades right behind there. Tuck your toes if they're not. Now, lift your knees up, lift your hips up, and see if you can walk your feet up closer to your elbows. Dolphin dog pose. This is an upper back opener. Slide your shoulder blades up the back towards your hips. And rest your knees down. Take your knees apart, touch your big toes together, and take Balasana Child's Pose. It's a very energizing pose. Upper back opener. Helps the shoulders feel more open. And we'll do it one more time. Dolphin dog. Come on up to your knees and your forearms and then cross your hands the other way. You can even squeeze the heels of your hands together. And shoulders right over your elbows. Press your forearms down. You want to have your elbows right underneath your shoulders so you're all in good alignment here. Tuck your toes, lift your knees up, lift your hips up. And bring your awareness to your upper back, your thoracic. The bottom tips your shoulder blades. Activate them, slide them in and up. And breathe. You can come up on your tippy toes or come down a little on your heels. Just see what feels good here. And child's pose again. Knees apart, big toes together. Let your belly sink to the earth. Let your heart sink to the earth. Rest your forehead down. And now shimmy yourself to your bellies. And here's one of my students' favorite poses. Sometimes I'll say, what's your favorite pose today? We have so many poses. Lauren loves this one. So take your left arm straight out when you're on your belly. Take your left arm out like an airplane. Tack it down. And then bring your right hand in front of your chest. And now bend both legs and roll to the left side of your body, left side of your head. Set your feet down behind you as you stretch your left arm straight out like an airplane. And maybe you can take it out a little further even. But press it down And here you get a nice big shoulder opener. You can leave your right hand right in front of you to give you greater stability, or you can reach your right hand up and back. Stretch it up, stretch it back. And set your right hand down and roll to your belly. Take your right arm straight out. Set down the right side of your head and roll your feet back behind you. Set them down. Left hand in front of you. Draw your left shoulder up and back. Adjust your right arm. Tack it down. Optionally reach your left arm up and back. And breathe. And then slowly set your left hand down, come through center. And go back to the first side, left arm straight out. Roll to the left side of your body. If you want, you can keep your legs straight if that feels good to you, or bend your legs and set your feet down behind you. You want to have your legs, your thighs in line with your torso, so you don't want to be in like this. You want to be wide in line. Give your left arm stability. And then when you feel it's right for you, you can reach your right arm up. Reaching up to the sky and then back a little. And then slowly, right hand down, transition back over to your right side. Right arm straight out. Set the right side of your head down. Legs straight, or knees bent with your feet resting down behind you. I'm going to block interference here today. Okay, and then reach your left arm up. Optionally. And come on down, left hand down, come through your belly. And then one more pose that we've been doing this, we did it sitting down, we did it standing up. Now we're going to do it laying down on the belly. Take your arms out and behind you. Clasp your hands behind you, lift your shoulders up, lift your heart up, lift your head up. Lift up the corners of your mouth. Yeah, Shalabhasana. Nice big shoulder stretch. You can have your head looking straight forward, your gaze. Lift up as high as you can. This is also very good for strengthening your back. You can lift your legs too. Slowly exhale, come on down. Turn your head to the side and feel. That pose, the belly back bend poses are great equalizers. No matter how long you've been doing yoga, you can only get up off this earth so high. And we'll do it again. So hold your hands behind your back, your non-dominant way. Shoulders up. See if you can take your hands back toward your heels. Maybe you can take the heels of your hands together. Lift your chest up, heart up, shoulders up, and then shoulders back. Hands stretched towards your heels. And you can lift your legs up as well if you'd like. Lift them up from your inner thighs. Go as high as you can. And then for world health and your health, see if you can go a teeny bit higher. And then come on down. Turn your head to the other side, unclasp your hands. And feel that vitality pulsing through you. And roll to your backs. Roll on over to your backs with your knees bent. Anchor your shoulders down. Have your feet right about underneath your knees if that's possible. Feel your head down on your mat. Check your neck and make sure you have a nice curve here. Press your shoulders down. Yeah. And then lift your hips up. Press your feet down, lift your hips higher. And see if you can bring your shoulders a little closer together. Pick one up, bring it closer together. Pick the other one up, bring it closer together, and maybe clasp your hands underneath. Lift your heart up more. Lift your hips up more. See if you can move your shoulders around. Pick one up, then the other. Bring them closer together and take them closer to your heels. And now unclasp your hands and rest your hips down. Bridge pose, Setu Bandha. So I'm going to talk you through another pose option here. You can do bridge pose, that pose we just did, Setu Bandha, or I'm going to talk you through shoulder stand. Sarvangasana, the queen of all poses. Literally, it's called the queen of all poses. So I'll talk you through it and stay with me, or do that other pose, one we just did. So your shoulders are anchoring down. Lift up your feet. Now rock your hips up and see if you can put your hands on your glute muscles in your sacrum area. Keep your head looking straight up. And make sure you have your curve in your neck. You're not on your neck, you're on your head and your shoulders. And now you can lift your feet up sort of like in a pike position. If you're comfortable here, take your hands closer to your spine and walk your hands up your spine towards your thoracic, towards your upper back, and take your legs straighter up and down. Shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. You can stay at the pike position, or you start getting yourself more perpendicular. This is a good pose to start practicing getting yourself into. I actually have a whole class on the queen, this pose, and the king headstand. Half an hour class on how to get into them. So you can stay right here, or if you're in bridge pose, come on down, take a rest. I think I'll have you come down out of this pose for now. Let me know if you want more variations on this pose. So for now, go ahead, bend your knees back in, and slowly lower yourself down. So you can go vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and easy. Yeah. And then set your feet down. Stretch your legs long, stretch your arms out overhead. Point your feet. Point and then flex. Point and flex. One more time. Point your feet to stretch out the tops of your legs. And then flex, stretching out the backs of your legs. And now bring your arms down along your side. Let your legs fall completely open. Now press your elbows down to lift your heart up. Snuggle the bottom tips of your shoulder blades up behind your heart for one more time. Yeah, to settle in for Shavasana. Close your eyes. Feel the four corners of your body sinking into the mat, your hips and your shoulders. And breathe slowly and deeply. 2 more long, deep breaths. Bend one leg, set your foot down, bend the other. Roll to your right side, rest your head on your forearms, and pause here for a moment. Use your arms to lift you up to seated. In honor of yourself, making time for your neck and shoulder care, bring your hands in front of your heart. From the love in my heart to the love in your hearts. Namaste. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.